anywhere of that size and that capability that can handle any car need that you have, whether it's a modern day car, sports car, or a classic car of any kind. We can take care of what you need at Crusader Auto Works.
Portions of our programming have been pre-recorded. The Good Neighbor Network, WGNS, Murfreesboro, Smyrna. Flagship station for MTSU Sports. The views and opinions on this show are those of the hosts, guests, and callers, and are not necessarily those of WGNS, its management, other hosts, or advertisers.
You listen to Conversation with Mike Sparks. I'm your host, Mike Sparks. We can't play the real version of the Village People, YMCA, but we played the closest tune without getting in trouble with the music police. Roger Thomas, how you doing, man?
Doing great, man. How you doing?
Oh, doing good, brother. Doing good. The Connor's on the phone. I guess he's giving that lady the correct time.
It's probably Tudor.
She calls in every week. Is that lady calling in for the time?
The temperature.
Temperature? What's her name?
I don't know.
Let's give her a shout out. You don't even know her name?
No, she's very prompt.
How many years has she been calling in?
As long as I've been here.
A long time. Yeah. How's school?
Spring break.
Spring break again, huh? That was 2 weeks ago, brother. Anyways, now I got a big show. I had a guy that I thought was going to be coming up. I hadn't seen him. He'd been following a piece of legislation I've got, which is trying to stop illegal contraband from getting in our prisons and jails, penal facilities. And the guy had served some time in the Georgia correctional system, and he had an interesting take on it. So I was really hoping he'd come in. I'm expecting him maybe to walk in here in a little bit. He'd never been to WGNS, but he knew where the police precinct was. What are you laughing about?
It's just the way you come out of your.
That's not funny.
The way you looked at me when you said it, man.
But that's not funny.
I know it's not.
Anyways, but you know, but that guy knows more about it than I do. He served time. I mean, but it is a serious issue. Folks smuggling fentanyl, drugs, cell phones, and man, it's a different day today, brother. You know it. Man, I mean, technology's out there. You know, we had that correctional officer stabbed just 3 weeks ago, left a wife behind, and they said that Ed Butler's a representative. That's his district. He said, man, the guy had notes of all the inmates he was trying to help. Yeah. Like they needed something, he had it and was trying to help them. And it's just sad, man. It's a dangerous job. You know, the state's allocated more pay raises out there, sign-on bonuses, but they still have a void. But I was hoping he'd come in. But I think around 5:20, 5:25, Mayor Joe Carr is going to join us. You know, we had County Commissioner Craig Harris on with us last week, and we got Randy Allen coming up. When?
Randy Allen will be the what's it, 12th?
The 12th of April?
Yeah, you know.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. And because you've been helping me set this up, and I really appreciate it.
And you got the sheriffs, you know, they're going to be coming in, the sheriff candidates also.
Yep.
I think Kenneth Barrett, Easter, which is what, April 5th?
Yeah,
and
right.
I think so. I had to look at my paperwork. Then it's going to be the 26th of April is going to be Steve Spence, and then May the 3rd, I think it is going to be Trey Mansfield.
Good. So I appreciate you setting it up, man. I've just been, you know, while we're in session, I've just been swamped. And
well, Mike, something you did talk about the other day at your I heard you posted this the other day, and I thought it was really cool.
Yeah.
But I'm going to give my quick weekly shout out before I do it if I could.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I was going to shout out to Steve Johnson, Nashville Power Sports. It's next to Dunkin' Donut on Memorial. Great guy, man. Go see him. And I think you want to give a shout out to somebody special, too, also.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, my father-in-law made some awesome barbecue.
Yeah.
And he's slowing down. He's an old Vietnam vet, worked for NES for 25, 30 years.
Yeah.
You know, I think he fell out of a bucket once, seen one of his coworkers get electrocuted to death. And them guys worked hard back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
He was telling my wife, he worked when they had a bad ice storm. I'm not sure it's the 80s or early 90s. I think said they worked 40-something hours straight.
Well, I was working in the 60s, so I used to cut grass with a push mower for Coons Big
No, these guys,
office.
like, they didn't stop. I mean, today they shouldn't, they wouldn't let you do that today. But they'd sleep in the truck. They'd be working hard.
Oh, yeah.
I'd see them get up midnight,
right.
man.
Yeah.
That's why I got a lot of respect for those linemen.
Well, Mike, can I bring this subject up? Today you was talking about Jelly Roll, okay?
Jelly Roll, yeah.
And where he was at where Governor Lee was speaking, and he was there, and he heard that.
Oh, it was so cool.
Yeah, I thought.
You think Jeremy knows who Jelly Roll is?
Yeah.
No, who is Jelly? Who's Jelly Roll, Mike?
When I first heard about him, I was like, "Who is this guy?"
But that was just a cool story. If you got a second to share that story,
I appreciate you bringing it up.
Yeah, it really was a cool story.
Well, I'm a big fan of Men of Valor. Men of Valor, they help those that's been incarcerated. They go to the jails and prisons, and they're really changing lives. And I get upset with the system because I think the system's broken. You got all these lobbyists running around and taxpayer-funded lobbyists, and ain't not one of them doing anything to help the least of these. And if anybody wants to challenge me, set it up at MTSU. Kent Seiler probably organize it. I'm speaking to the Omegas next month. The Q Dogs, you know who they are?
No,
they do the bark.
Yeah,
I can't do it. I've been told don't even try.
But I think you got an award for one of those.
Oh, I got an award from the Alphas.
Okay.
Yeah, the main heck raising protester. The main heck raising protester became my intern.
Yeah,
it was the coolest thing. Only God can do those things. I mean, because it's almost like one of my favorite scriptures in the Bible is 1 Corinthians verse 27. You know what it is?
1 Corinthians, no.
Okay. Anyways, it says God will use the foolish things of the world to confound the wise, and the weak to shame the strong.
Yeah.
He'll maneuver and make things happen, and then people will be like, how did that work out? How did that happen? Only God can do that. Me and the young man, he was the main protester on Channel 5 and in Dr. McPhee's face, but me and him we just clicked. He became my intern. He wanted to know more because I know a lot about history. And but we got along great. I said, man, if you're gonna raise hell, you're gonna raise heck. Find something good to raise heck about. If you're gonna be a rebel, find a good cause to rebel against. But no, Men of Valor, they had 2,000 people. They looked the biggest crowd they ever had. And the governor come out on stage, and I didn't know if the governor's gonna be there or not. John DeBerry was scheduled to open up the prayer. John wasn't there. John's running for mayor of Shelby County. And the governor gave a cool story. He says, he was requested, a lot of folks was trying to help Jelly Roll get a pardon, and the governor said, I want to meet with him at the residence, and so said Jelly Roll, contact his people, got him over there, and he said, Jelly Roll said, I was in Harding Correctional Center, which I visited Harding a few years ago and talked to some inmates, and he says, I was in an area, I guess a lot of gang activity, and he wanted to be moved, and he said one of the correctional officers, hey, there's this new group, Men of Valor, that's going to come in, and you go over here, and there's going to be these like ministry and some stuff. And he said, went over, he says, Bill Lee was there. He says he remembers him talking about it and one of my Sunday school members, Linda Lucerini, said that I guess someone gave him a Gideon Bible, Gideon Bible, and I think he had access to a radio or something. As the story, that's what I had heard from her. And the governor told him, he says, who would have thought 10, 12 years ago, whatever it was, that I'd be the governor of the state of Tennessee, issuing you a pardon, and you'd be Jelly Roll today, ministering to millions of people. Only God can do that. Now, there's going to be somebody, like I met with an atheist, 4 attorneys come by last week, and I said, how many are y'all believers? And 3 of them said yes, because, most attorneys, I would argue, probably aren't believers. You think that? No, I shouldn't say that. Anyway.
I know one.
Well, you know what? He's probably mad at me for saying it. But this one lady from Massachusetts, she was atheist. I said, oh, no problem. I just appreciate you being honest. But the rest of them had to leave, and the atheist hung out with me. We sat there and talked, and it was really cool. And she said, well, thank you for taking time, because I was late getting home. And she said, thank you for taking time with me. I said, well, the Lord put it on my heart to talk to you. You know, but I was sharing her miracles that's happened in my life. Things are so improbable. She thought, well, that's just a coincidence. That's just a coincidence. No, the math does not add up to be a coincidence.
Yeah.
Tell Jelly Roll that. Tell the governor that. But no, thanks for mentioning that, man.
Yeah, because I did. I heard I saw that, and I thought, man, that is such a cool story. It really was.
Well, we got to reach these young folks, man. I've got 2 young guys that I know that I would argue are good guys that made a terrible mistake. And I just heard of one the other day, and I didn't know that this happened to him 4 years ago. I don't know the guy that's good. I've known him for about 3 or 4 years. Somebody broke into his house in the middle of the night. They were on drugs, a man and a woman, and the man ran back out the window or whatever it was, door or whatever, and he shot the woman, shot her, killed her.
Oh, really?
And he may be facing 15 to 20 years in prison.
Oh, really?
I always thought about the castle doctrine, but it shot her in the back, and it's dark. Mm-hmm. And the guy was telling me the other day, he said, you know, here's a guy sleeping, his own bedroom. Somebody breaks into his home, and now he's facing time. I mean, that's the circumstances I know. And, man, we got to reach these young people. So if our county commissioners are listening, our sheriff's candidates are listening, we've just got to reach these people. You know, it's just heartbreaking.
Yeah, and, you know, I'd like to pass this along, too, also, Mike. Miss Betty Lee, which she just passed away, and that is actually, I know him, and I used to go to Old Jefferson Church, and Lance Lee, it's Lance's mom. So prayers to the family on that.
Yeah.
But I do have some info here if we got time on the obituary and all that, and let's see. I'm so slow. She was 81. She passed on March 25th. And she was married to William Bill W. Lee Jr. on February the 18th, 1963. They shared 63 wonderful years of marriage together. And she is survived by her husband, Bill, her children, Trey, Lance, and brother Robert Michael Sandlin. And her funeral is going to be at the, sorry about this, folks, I'm scanning through here. That's usually Mike's job, but he put it on me real quick, so let me see. Okay, visitation will be from 3 to 7 o'clock on Sunday, March the 29th, which is today, at Jennings and Air, which is going on right now. Graveside will be 1 p.m., March the 20th, 2026, at Roland Memorial Garden. That's where your sister is buried.
Yeah, my folks, you know. Yeah. Well, I think that's Joe, Mayor Carr at the door fixing to come in. Connor, why don't we take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
Hey, I'm Floyd, and I'm inviting you to join me at CR. That's Celebrate Recovery. We meet at Family Worship Center, 3045 Memorial Boulevard on Sunday at 6 p.m. We're a 12-step Christ-centered program that offers help for all the hurts, habits, and hang-ups that's causing you pain. The program works if you work it, and I'm proof. For other CR groups, go to CelebrateRecovery.com and click on the group finder. Hope to see you soon.
Josh Moss with Affordable Heating and Cooling provides residential HVAC and duct cleaning services to the Middle Tennessee area. With more than 20 years of experience, Josh Moss and the AHC team provide 24/7 service and take care to ensure whatever work you need done is done in a professional, timely manner. Contact AHC at 615-745-1676. That's 615-745-1676. Or go to their website at affordableheatingandcoolingtn.com.
Most people know that their insurance can provide them with coverage for the many life's mishaps, but I can help you also unlock discounts, save money, and get benefits with Farmers Insurance policy perks. Whether we're discussing home or auto insurance, I am here to help you understand these great perks. Call me, Mark Lewis, at 615-625-7070 for a quote, and you can get a whole lot of something with Farmers policy perks.
We are Farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Not available in every state. Only available select Farmers branded policies underwritten by Farmers Truck or Fire Insurance Exchanges or affiliate.
Want a flawless look without the wait? Step into the Vanity Zone in Smyrna, where upscale style meets everyday convenience. Specializing in precision cuts, color services, waxing, and more for men, women, and kids. All delivered by highly trained stylists with an eye for detail. And don't miss the signature hot towel refresher, the perfect finishing touch that leaves you feeling clean, relaxed, and ready for anything. Walk in or book now. The Vanity Zone in Smyrna. Looking your best is always in style.
At Dr. Automotive in Smyrna, we're committed to providing local car owners with top-notch auto repair services. Let's hear what some customers have to say about Dr. Automotive.
I just really appreciate Danny and his whole team. I always feel like I'm going to get great service and the right outcome.
You just don't find any better people.
He's always been very good.
We've got the cure for your car. Dr. Automotive, keeping your car running smoothly mile after mile. Visit our website, smyrnaautorepair.com.
Hey, Middle Tennessee, it's Mark from the Safe House. Can I have your attention, please? I have an important announcement. Our president has a backbone. Thank you, President Trump. We sleep better knowing our country is protected. And speaking of protection, criminals laugh when you purchase a fake safe from a big box store. There's no better time than now than to visit the Safe House and see what a real safe looks like. Rebates now through the end of July on select brands. Our brands include Liberty, Fort Knox, and Browning. Drop by one of our locations or go to NashvilleSafeHouse.com. And remember, we don't just sell safes, we sell peace of mind.
AFFI is Middle Tennessee's premier choice for pest, wildlife, and moisture control. They specialize in those difficult and unique cases. You can reach them by phone at 615-300-2395. That's 615-300-2395. Or stop in at 200 Glen Rose Lane in Smyrna.
My wife and I enjoy going by Yard Sale Inc. We usually go to both locations, the one in Smyrna as well as the one in Murfreesboro. A lot of times on Saturday mornings we stop by, and their inventory changes weekly, so you never know what you're going to see, and it's mostly open box. The name fits it. It's exactly that. It's a yard sale. If you don't totally agree with the price, the staff is always friendly and nice and willing to work with you.
That's the Yard Sale store in Smyrna at 111 Enon Springs Road West, in Murfreesboro at 204 South Front Street, and online at bestdealintown.com.
Hi, this is Allie Dowenhauer with Isaiah 117 House. Isaiah 117 House provides physical and emotional support for children awaiting foster care placement here in Rutherford County. We are changing the way foster care begins, and those kiddos are brought to our house to hang out and wait for a foster family, and they're given everything they need. We support foster children, DCS, and foster families here in Rutherford County. Visit us at www.isaiah117house.com or visit our Facebook page, Isaiah 117 House, Rutherford County.
Hello, I'm Roger, one of the tour guides at Sam Davis Home, 1399 Sam Davis Road in Smyrna. To learn more about Sam Davis, Smyrna's boyhood hero, we offer tours Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. No reservations required. To book a wedding, creek house rental, field trip, or any other event, contact Jenny Lamb, our director, at director@samdavishome.org. Visit our Facebook page or give us a call at 615-459-2341.
Hey, I'd like to tell you guys about the Crusader Auto Works in Smyrna. About 4 years ago, we bought this facility. It's about a 25,000 square foot facility that handles all your automotive needs in the Smyrna, Tennessee marketplace. Everything from collision to full auto service and classic car restorations and customs. And so I think we're one of the only locations in Middle Tennessee anywhere of that size and that capability that can handle any car need that you have, whether it's a modern day car, sports car, or a classic car of any kind. We can take care of what you need at Crusader Auto Works.
Hey, I'm Floyd, and I'm inviting you to join me at CR. That's Celebrate Recovery. We meet at Family Worship Center, 3045 Memorial Boulevard on Sunday at 6 p.m. We're a 12-step Christ-centered program that offers help for all the hurts, habits, and hang-ups that's causing you pain. The program works if you work it, and I'm proof. For other CR groups, go to celebraterecovery.com and click on the group finder. Hope to see you soon.
All right, we're back. Conversation Mike Sparks, your host Mike Sparks. Got Mayor Joe Carr just arrived and arrived right on time, brother.
That's what I am, on time.
How you doing?
I'm good. Been in the B yard this weekend. Went to Gainesboro. Got picked up 3 more nukes or hives from my apiary. So I'm back up to I think 20.
Yeah.
And looking forward to a good honey harvest for all those who are interested in buying honey from the mayor.
Okay. Well,
scandal.
You brought it up.
Of course. You know what? It's ridiculous. Of course I'm going to bring it up. It's totally. Of course, it's asinine, Mike. It's totally asinine. And just to set the record straight, if you want the mayor's honey, you can go to Last Cast's Feed and See to get it. They stock it out there. But sometimes somebody says, hey, I don't want to drive all the way out to Las Casas. I live in Eagle and Rockwell. How do I get it? I said, just meet me up at the square. I got it in my truck. I'll give it to you. So we'll get it to you. No big deal. People want to get bent out of shape. Mike, they're going to get bent out of shape. You know what I'm talking about. I mean, in the legislature, we served together for 4 years. I mean, some people just practice the art of getting bent out of shape.
Yep. I've been on the front page of the paper.
You've been on the back page, the front page. You've been on every page in between, brother.
Trying to paint me as Islamophobic, homophobic, racist, and
you mean none of that's true?
No, it's so ridiculous. I mean, but they love to cause division.
All the time.
And I was telling, I'm speaking to Omegas next month, and I really appreciate him reaching out to me. The Q Dogs, so, and I don't know what they want to talk about, and he was kidding about getting an award from the Alphas. It was about 6 years ago. But, I'm able to have a conversation with him, and we get along. But, well, tell us, I mean, I know most everybody knows you are, but we do have some people, sadly, from California, sadly from Detroit, sadly from New York.
Well, we're glad they're here, Mike, because, you served in the legislature since 2010, when you and I served together for 4 years. Boy, we had our moments, let me tell you. A lot of good moments, but Mike and I, we butted heads a time or two. But you know something? We didn't, and this is the thing that I think's lost, and before I get to my bio, I want to say this about Representative Sparks. When you disagreed with him, and it could get heated sometimes, when it was over, it was over. Yeah. It was over. And that, in my opinion, Mike, that a lot of that civility of discourse is lost where you don't carry the disagreement from one issue into another issue. You go, okay, we're just going to have to disagree on that one. let's work on this one together. You see what I'm saying?
Right now,
yeah.
Bills are dying. Bills are getting killed. We were talking about this Friday with Dr. Brian Terry. He's chairman of health. So some of those folks, bills are going to die. And Brian said, well, oftentimes he gets blamed for it. You know, I was sharing the other day. I had my school bus bill. I'm really proud of it. You know, sadly there was some young children killed in a school bus collision. What was it? Friday, I guess it was.
Up in Montgomery County, isn't that right? 2 kids.
Carroll County. Thursday, I think. Thursday.
And really sad. And you know, we passed it last year. But it was what I call knee-jerk reaction of those 6 kids that were killed in Chattanooga. You know, and the thing about the legislature, when things get emotional, everybody tries to have an answer. And sadly, what the Department of Homeland Security and, you know, Department of Safety's answer and the chairman of Transportation answer was, well, let's just move. The guy was 24. Let's just move it to 25. You know, the age. But what they don't tell you is that young man should not have been driving a school bus. Multiple parents had complained. Students had complained. He later was charged with raping a 14-year-old girl. He was just a bad actor. Someone should have intervened.
Age had nothing to do with it.
It did not. Yeah. And so we passed it last year, but then the Senate fell by 1. This year, I made it permissive, and also shout out to the school board that's helped me, Francis Rosales and Claire Maxwell and Caleb Tidwell, Stan Vaught.
So, but just to be clear, what you were trying to do is take the age from 24 to 23, right?
I want to go 21, but I just put an amendment on it to 23 to try to just get
it started. Yeah.
But what I was saying is, I told my press secretary, he was standing there, and I said, watch this. I'm gonna get Justin Pearson to vote with me. Justin's on there, Justin Democrat. Justin's the one that's, you know, a heck raiser, you know. And I'm trying to watch my language. And I said, Justin, I need your help, man. And I said, both chairmen have been against my bill. Department of Homeland Security is against my bill. I said, THP is against my bill. I said, but the president of NAACP is for my bill. David Settles. David came in and helped me with it. And then we were talking about how God...
Now, he drives a bus, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, see, I didn't know that. I done an interview at Channel 2, and I was leaving the interview, and David invited me to the NAACP breakfast. And I lost contact because I had got a new phone and lost a bunch of contacts. So I called my assistant, give me his number. And I called him. I said, hey, you want to come on the radio and promote the King Breakfast, you know? He said, yeah, what time? I said, could be up here about 10:25. He said, good, that'll give me time to finish my route. I said, route? What are you talking about, route? He said, man, I drive a school bus.
Isn't that something?
I said, are you serious? and so he come up and helped me. But it was so cool because I know we got some bus drivers that are probably listening right now. And here's something he said before committee. He says, you know, he wanted to go to 21. He still thinks he needs to go to 21. But he says, I'm the first face a child sees in the morning. Yeah. I'm the last face a child sees. So as you as mayor, anything we can do to help our bus drivers. But David, shout out to David for helping me. But, you know, shout out to Justin Pearson and even Afton Bain.
Where's the bill at now, Mike?
I'm going to finance tomorrow.
Has it got a fiscal note?
You know, they put a small fiscal note on it. We should be okay with it.
So the listeners, we're talking shop here, and they probably don't know all the backstory, the administrative details, and getting a bill passed. But all that is really necessary to get it to the floor, so you can get a floor vote. Is going through these committees, and sometimes they send you the committee, put it behind the budget sub. Those all ring a bell, don't they, Mike?
People lose their tempers.
Oh man, that's where bills go to die if you're not careful.
I got upset on my gun safe bill. The Senate just dropped the ball. I won't say it wasn't our senator. It was another senator from another part of the state, and they just didn't take it seriously. It's a serious issue. I went to that Kyle Yorlet's funeral. The young 23-year-old was killed by a stolen gun. Yeah. I just happened to go to the boy's funeral, thinking, Lord, what am I doing? I don't know this guy. Then it was 3 weeks, a month later, I got asked to carry that bill.
Yeah, so
we passed it.
Yeah.
Give God the glory for it. But I did a pilot project. Instead of asking for permanent, let's just test this. And Bob Freeman spoke up, Democrat, and then Chris Todd spoke up, and both of them had bought gun safes. But if Kyle Yorlet but follow my logic, it's fiscal notes. If Kyle Yorlet, if that gun would have been locked up, those two little 15-year-old kids wouldn't have got a hold of that gun. You know what we're going to spend? The taxpayers going to spend on incarcerating those two young kids? About $1 million. You know, it's about 150,000 incarcerated youngster. Yeah. Then if they got mental health problems, and then y'all are having to build a jail now.
Yeah.
I mean, what's that going to come in at?
We know for a fact that we're going to keep it to 300 to 340.
Yeah,
and the reason, how can you know for sure, Mayor, that you're going to keep it from 3 to 340? Because we've been working on this for 2 years. We've had a jail study group for 2 years.
Yeah.
And Michael Smith, our finance director, Mike, has been real involved in helping us put a plan together, financial plan together, whereby how do we get out from underneath this old jail that's horribly overcrowded, and also in a rapid rate of decline, such that we're on the clock for 5 years to keep us out of the federal courts with a lawsuit that would just devastate this county, because you don't want the feds building the jail, because they're going to build it and they're going to send you the bill. That's what's going to happen. So we know we can build this thing for 3 to 340. And that'll get the thing started, and that also keeps us from having to raise property taxes. So we want right now, today, and we're not gonna go to bond with this for another couple of years. But right now we're in real good shape. But we've got to be careful, and we got to balance our budgets. We can't go back to the days before I got here, where when I walked in, Mike, we had a budgeted $64 million deficit. And so my first year here, we dug ourselves out of that. But we had a massive deficit when we came in.
Well, y'all have so many challenges. You got, what is it, two high schools that the school boards want?
Yeah, and I understand their need for additional schools, but our enrollment population, according to Dr. Sullivan, has kind of flattened out a little bit. Yeah. And I think some of that can be alleviated, some of the crowding, through rezoning a little bit. Yeah. I know that's very unpopular for the school board. I know we will have to invest in another high school, especially up there towards Smyrna and Laverne, where the growth is on the west side of the county. But we're just asking for the school board and Dr. Sullivan to be patient, because, and since I've been mayor of the last 3 years, we've invested about $350 million into new schools and school projects, and we got other needs. So just be patient with us. We're gonna get to it.
Well, I'll let Roger get into it. He had a couple.
The forensic center they're building. Yeah, man, I was really interested in that, and I did hear a little bit on that. Where they're gonna I think it can take in up to 1,000 a year.
Right, the capacity. So the forensic center we're building will be the 6th regional forensic center in the state. Okay. It's the only forensic center in the state that has not received any state funding, Mike, if you didn't know that. Yeah. We've gotten turned down. We went.
Yes, I know y'all tried.
And we tried, and we were just trying to get a similar funding model that they gave Chattanooga and Knoxville and Memphis and Johnson City, but for whatever reason, Governor Lee changed his mind, because we got a yes, and then we got a no after we got the yes. But that's politics.
Well, y'all worked it.
We did, but at the end of the day, this is a good fit for the county, because right now we're doing 350 autopsies a year at a cost of $2,500 to $3,000 a piece. Yeah, and we can pull all that money back inside. The big benefit to the county is there are probably 12 to 20 counties around Rutherford that are going to want to bring those bodies here for us, and so that's a revenue piece that's going to offset the operating costs, and we think we got a really good business model to make this work.
Yeah, and then I heard this county would get maybe priority.
No, the Rutherford County will always be a priority. You were saying, Roger, a minute ago that with the capacity is about 1,000 a year. That is correct. Rutherford County is going to do 350 to about 400. So there's another 650 capacity that we have, and we can use that at Coffee County or Murray County or Williamson County, and all these counties are already expressed an interest in bringing those bodies here, those death investigations to Rutherford County.
I just think it's great.
It is. It is. Yeah. It's a great idea. I wish I could claim it. I can't. I have a tremendous team. Mike, you know this, that serving in the legislature, you don't do anything by yourself.
Exactly.
You don't do a dead gum thing by yourself. You'll get nothing done if you do. You'll get nothing done. And I have a phenomenal team, and I'm just a cog in the wheel like everybody else.
Well, everyone really seems excited. I was at y'all's groundbreaking, and y'all did a great job with that. From Carl.
We're going to open it up at the end of the year.
Yeah, Carl Boyd, Anthony Johnson, and McAdoo speaking.
Chairman McAdoo has been instrumental in getting that done. Chairman Mack is phenomenal in getting that stuff done.
Committee last year, I guess it was Department of Health, where I brought up the forensic center, and I had went to something that alarmed me, and I did not know, because I've never been around that. I mean, I lost a brother 4 years ago, and it took a while to get the autopsy, and I assumed it was going to be some drugs in the system, and sadly there was. And but I went over to this mom's over murder. They've all lost sons to violence, and I was on my way to another event. And I seen that event, and I thought, I'm just going to go over. It's at Methodist Church over there on Siegel Road. Beautiful church, and shout out to them. They host a lot of good events over there. And I was sitting there, and a lot of them were African American mothers, and there was a detective there. I wish I knew his name, commercial detective. And I said, man, why is it taking so long for these investigations? And because the moms would say, well, we know so and so killed my son. And I'm like, I've never really been around it. And then he started bringing up the lag time on the autopsy.
And the toxicology reports and all of that kind of stuff. And a lot of times they'll do the autopsy. They've completed the autopsy. The burial's taken place, but the report's not back. And it takes months to get the report. And so that's the biggest problem. And the death investigator or the police can't complete their investigation, Mike, Roger, until they get that report. And so it's not that the autopsy has not been complete. It has been. They haven't done the dadgum report, Mike. It's just like, really? And so we know we can do better for our citizens. A county this size, we're the fourth largest county in the state now, Mike. I mean, we don't need to be dependent on Nashville for that.
Go back the frustrating part of getting things done. I remember Nancy Allen.
Sure.
Nancy Allen gave me probably the best words of wisdom for me when I first got up there on the county commission. I kind of looked at everything Democrat, Republican. I was new, a lot younger, and I was arguing with the sheriff, arguing with Truman Jones. And I like Truman if he's listening, no disrespect to him. But I thought we should invest in recovery, addiction, helping these inmates, help them get job skills. A lot of these folks deal with mental health, addiction, alcoholism, probably 70-80% of them are. And I was arguing with him about something, and there was another issue I was arguing with him about. And we were walking down the steps, and Nancy Allen said, Commissioner, you've really got to learn to pick your battles. And I remember saying, but there's so much, Mayor, that needs to be fought for. She said, yeah, but you got to slow down. You got to pick three. And Bob Corker told me that when I was running years ago. Get good at 3 issues.
That's right.
But as you know,
that's sound advice.
There's so much out there that you have to know a little bit about a lot of things. But you're right. You do have to work with folks, and I'll get upset in the legislature. I got upset at that predatory lending bill last year and called out my own party, and I'm sure I ticked a lot of people off. But
it happens.
But that to me is just so impressive on the
Well, I would like for just a second, because you mentioned something, because I know you're passionate about this, because as long as I've known you, Mike, you've spoken about addiction and recovery and providing alternative solutions for those families and those individuals who are incarcerated through addiction because of their addiction. One of the things that I decided to do with this jail is when we sit down with Bart, our architect, Bart Klein, I said, I want to know, here's the question I want to know. Can we design and construct a new jail that lowers the rate of recidivism? Can we do that? And he goes, absolutely, you can do that. There are all kinds of technologies and construction methods that reduce the rate of recidivism. And I said, well, we're going to look at those. And I said, a lot of people don't know this, but Rutherford County has the #1 correctional work center in the state by far. Bill Cope and his staff do a phenomenal job of introducing people back into society as productive citizens, putting families back together, recovering lives, and getting people sober, Mike. He does a phenomenal job. Our recovery court system, we just invested $1.5 million to expand our recovery court. So here's the question, Representative. Why can't we take the models of recovery court, the models that Bill Cope, the program Bill Cope is using, and those construction ideas that are available in designing a new jail to lower recidivism. Why can't we do that and build a model facility that helps people back into society instead of just locking them up for 5, 10, or 20 years? I think we can do better.
Well,
now honestly, there are some violent criminals, I guess, during the time, but there are a lot of nonviolent criminals that should deserve, first-time offenders especially, that deserve a path out, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I brought up, I think I texted you when I was meeting with TDOC and Finance, and Commissioner Strada was in there.
I remember that.
You, text Rick Hall, Commissioner Rick Hall, text, I think I texted the town manager, maybe the mayor, text a couple other people, and I think I did get you. I get your question out there. And the TDEC question, they didn't want to answer because you're in litigation. They didn't want to answer that.
They didn't like that question, did they?
But I did bring up Rick's question as well about to try to offer y'all some relief with the jail overcrowding. And Leader Lambert, who I have a lot of respect for, he said, well, we're probably going to have to build a new state prison like that because we're just getting overcrowded, and a lot of people disappointed with Core Civic. Let's just be honest about it. And I asked Strada, and I said, "How much is a new prison?" And he didn't have an answer, and I didn't want to beat up on him. I thought to myself, "Man, dude, if you're the commissioner, I'd have an answer."
The question is, what's it going to cost to build a new prison that will house 2,000 inmates? Okay, or 1,000 inmates, or what's the number?
Yeah.
And because there is a number per inmate that it costs, and you're looking at $250,000 to $350,000 per bed. Is what the cost is. So you can do the math. We have done the math on our jail, new jail, and we're looking at anywhere from 250 to 3, and that's how that's how come we came up with 300 to 340. And Michael Smith says we believe we can do that if we act responsibly over the next couple of years. We can do that without raising taxes. So that's the goal. 300 to 340 and not raise property taxes.
Yeah. When I was on the commission, I still get people to this day that'll kid me. One of the guys with ambulance center, I forgot his name, but he always will kid me when he sees me. I'll see him at the fish fry because I'll work the fish fry and stuff. And he said I stood up on top of the desk when I was a commissioner. I didn't get that upset.
You stood on top of the desk as a commissioner.
That's what
it's a shame we didn't have video. That would be.
No, but I was upset.
Exactly.
This is
good stuff.
When the county.
What, were you trying to change a light bulb? What were you doing, Mike?
I mean, I need to get over it. People tell me to get over it. But I watched the county. I watched them spend $600,000 on tennis courts. But follow my train of thought with this. $600,000 they spent on tennis courts. We didn't own the property. Murphy's owned the property. I got to give Shane McFarland some kudos for pulling this off, getting somebody else to build your tennis courts for you. I wish I could do that. And anyways, I was like, what if you just spent 5% on the jail? Just spent $32,500 on just a library, just maybe some therapy, maybe helping these guys. If you turned one life around, just one life.
But see, here's the I agree 110% with that statement. The problem is we don't have any room over there. Literally, there is no room.
But this was years ago.
Oh, okay.
This is a long time ago.
Okay. Yeah,
it wasn't.
I was going to say we got the admin and sheriff's deputies stacked in there like cordwood, man.
But I lost the tennis vote. I lost the 8 people that play tennis in my district. Now everybody's playing pickleball.
Yeah.
Have you ever played pickleball?
No.
I played last week for the first time.
Yeah. How'd that work out for you, Mike?
You know what? I mean, I thought I was going to get hurt because I'm pretty competitive.
He's actually pretty good.
I am suspicious of an adult activity where the word pickle is in it. I'm suspicious, Mike. It's just me. I'm from Lascassas, and I don't know how y'all roll in Smyrna,
cornhole.
Walton Hill.
Cornhole.
Exactly.
Anyways, you've been out there when you've done all pistol shoots.
Mike, the adult activity has the word pickle in it. Think about that.
Anyways, remember we done the pistol shoots out there at Kelly Butler's
That's right.
place.
Oh, he's trying to be macho now. He told us.
Pistol shoot, change it
Big
around.
truck, right?
But no, I ended up winning my own gun shoot. You know what I mean?
You should never admit that. You should never admit that.
I let my assistant, remember Lori Bernard, the blonde, Lori? She ended up taking second place.
Really?
I let her take the award. I'm a pretty good shot. Hey, but I'm going to tell you, shout out to my buddy.
You're not as good as Felicia.
Holly Butler, Kelly's wife. is amazing. Shari, you know Scott Butler? Scott owns Airplane.
Yeah.
My son's boss.
Yeah.
His wife, you know Patsy Brown in Smyrna?
Yes.
She used to run the senior center.
Yes.
Man, that girl's like a pickleball professional. I mean, those two girls, they were going at it. I'm sitting there watching.
So where's the pickle in this game?
Well, I don't even know where it comes
I mean, is that the prize? I mean,
it's a little the ball.
Is it a dill pickle or a sweet pickle?
The ball is like a heavy plastic with holes in it, so it's
like a wiffle ball.
It's a wiffle ball.
Yeah, but like heavy. Yeah, but it's really a pretty. It's a. I can see where it gets.
I'm probably. I'm gonna get barbecued with my comments about pickleball. Let me just all the pickleball aficionados out there. I love pickleball.
Why don't we do this? We ought to do this. You and all the political opponents play pickleball together, or cornhole. Yeah, I've told Pettis that. Let's play. Let's get together.
There it is.
And do cornhole. I do think that doing things like that could help build relationship, build teams. We don't do it enough with our own caucus up there. I don't go to reception. I come home, hang out with my hot wife.
We didn't do a lot of it when I was up there.
You know, team building.
I will tell you now. This is just Joe's theory on that, but things changed in the General Assembly when we got to supermajority.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine being the minority, though.
Well, when I was up there, Kent Williams was the speaker, and it was a 49-49, one independent, and he went to the Democrats to become speaker. But the year after that, we had a majority, and then the 2 years after that, we got supermajority. That 2-year interim period where we were the majority, but we had to work not only within the caucus, but we had to work with Democrats to get something done.
Yeah.
A supermajority just concentrates the power in the hands of a couple of three. And that's just real dangerous because it doesn't matter how good your idea is, Mike.
Yeah.
If the leadership doesn't want it.
You're right. I took remember Mike Turner, Big Mike Turner?
Sure. I got a story about Big Mike. You'll love this.
Go ahead.
So when we were talking about getting your bills bottled up in budget sub, my E-Verify bill was bottled up in budget sub, and it wasn't coming out. And Haslam was opposed to it. Gerald McCormick was opposed to it.
So big business.
Speaker Harwell was opposed to it. All the lobbyists were opposed to it. Nobody wanted my E-Verify bill, which was a verification method for illegal immigrants to make sure who you're hiring, who U.S. citizens or people who are lawfully here.
Yep.
And Mike Turner was a big union guy, if you remember.
Yep.
And so he was
firefighter.
That's right. But that was at the time that they were building the National Convention Center, and he was complaining about the companies hiring these illegals to work at the National Convention Center. He came to me and says, "I'll get your bill, E-Verify bill, out of budget sub with 15 Democrats as co-prime sponsors if you promise not to take an amendment." I said, "You don't want to take me any amendments on my bill." He said, "No amendments." I said, "It's a deal."
Good for you.
Gerald McCormick lost his mind.
Yeah, he had a temper. Gerald had a bad temper.
I love Gerald.
Oh,
but we did an end around on him and Bill Haslam and the speaker and everybody.
Well, it is about working together.
That was about working across the aisle for the good of the entire state.
When I first got up there, I'll share this before we go to our caller. But I was new. I was walking across there, and my assistant Lori and I were going to have lunch, and that little, I guess, Japanese place down the road across from the old building, Legislative Plaza, and I seen Mike Turner. Was he like 6'5"?
Oh, he's a big dude.
320.
Yeah, he's a big dude.
And I hollered at him. Remember, he had just worked.
Everybody calls him Big Mike.
Yeah, and I said, "Hey man," I said, "You want to have lunch with us?" And he looked shocked. I invited him to lunch. Remember, he had been working against me and knocking on doors earlier. And we had lunch. He ended up buying my lunch, by the way. And I remember he told me, here's what he told me. He says, "Sparks, remember this. It took them, meaning him, I guess, so Democrats. I thought he said 13 years to get the lottery passed." He said, "Man, you can't give up. You cannot give up." Like that school bus bill. You know, I was upset about it, but I was like, you know what? Run it next year. You know, I got this idea for this documentary. You know, I'm applying for $380,000 in the budget about Tennessee and America coming together, forgiveness, reconciliation, Seward Air Force Base, Nissan, and then the sister city, Zama, sister city. I just think Smyrna, Middle Tennessee has such an awesome story, and I shared it with Marcia, shared it with Senator Haggerty, shared it with the film commissioner. Everybody loves it. Met with the film commissioners last week, met with Consul General of Japan. If I don't get this year, if Marcia's in there next year, which looks like she could be, I think we'll get it next year.
Yeah.
Shane's also trying to help me.
Good.
We got a caller. Caller, go ahead.
Hey, Joe. Hey, Mike.
Hey, who's this?
This is Marty Fluffman.
What's up, brother?
Well, I just wanted to say, Mike brought me over a case of your honey this afternoon.
He did?
Yeah.
Well, he must have stole it out of the courthouse.
Well, that's what I was going to tell you. I think that box that you designed is awesome. Got a picture of the courthouse and it says Vote Joe.
Yeah.
Now, did he give you the pint that went with it? The pint of Jack Daniels, or did he keep that?
Uh-oh.
I didn't get any Jack Daniels.
Marty don't need it. He's had enough of that back in the old days.
Oh my goodness.
So Marty, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing real good. I'm just really, ever since I got out of the hospital the other day, I seem to improve a little bit every day.
Amen.
Good to hear.
I got good days and I got bad days. And Mike was up there with me.
I'll tell you what, at the risk of embarrassing Representative Sparks, the one thing you can say about him, Marty, is he is loyal and faithful.
Uh-huh.
He is that.
You know, Marty ran me out of his insurance. You know the story. He ran me out of
Oh, are
his
you
insurance.
kidding? Well, I want to tell you something. I know this story. Let me tell you something. I know this story. I know your version of it, and I know Marty's version of it. And the two versions are nowhere near in alignment. Dude, it's like,
Marty, what you
somebody's
tell me
doing some
earlier?
major lying.
Marty, tell me what you said earlier, and I forgot about it. You come by my house, the house we had on Nissan Drive.
Well, the only time that Mike ever talks about me is when he can tell that trash story about how
Well, it was trauma. I mean, I know I ain't trying to sound like a big sissy here. It sounds like I'm a big baby. But if you really analyze it, it was trauma. I mean, here you about cussed me out, and here I'm an innocent little 17-year-old in a 68 Camaro out there wanting some insurance.
The rumor is after he declined your insurance, you kind of went into a fetal position and started crying like a 4-year-old little girl.
I'm out.
That's the rumor. That's what Marty says.
I vowed I was going to get him back. But he said he'd come by the house when I had that red Jag for sale. That red XJS convertible. Didn't you, Marty? I didn't know that till earlier today.
Yeah, you forget about the good times.
But that's the thing about it is that we remember. Sadly, it's like my wife. She'll remember something I done when I was 19 or 20.
I am not going down this road. My wife's a saint. She has everything right. And Mike, I will tell you something. If Felicia says it's so, it is so, brother. Dude,
I did good.
By the way, congratulations on 39 years a couple of days ago.
We're getting on up here, brother.
39.
It's a miracle. It really is. It's a God thing.
No, it has to be, knowing you what little I do, brother.
I prayed about it.
Hey, Marty, can you imagine being married to Mike Sparks for 39 years?
No.
Can you imagine?
No, but Marty was saying he'd come by, and you said that I already had that car promised to a man out of Massachusetts.
Yep,
the guy called me, and I laid hands and prayed over that car, man. It was a red Jag, sold it in 19 days. First internet deal in Tennessee. No one's been able to disprove it yet. The Business Journal covered it nationwide. But I just told him, I said, man, I didn't know this till you told me earlier. I'd already promised that man I'd hold it for him. And my sister, who sadly died 2 years ago, her and I delivered it to North Carolina. He's had a new company out there. I remember when he was test driving, he ran a couple of red lights. I'm like, oh my God, dude. You know? Yes. Yeah, for real. Yeah. Anyways, I don't even remember Marty coming by. He said, yeah, man, I come by your house on Wheatley Lane. I said, man, I don't remember you coming by. I just remember you come by the car lot because I was going to tell you where to go. And then I thought about Jesus and my mom and
the life and times of Mike Sparks.
But he says I was able to put some deals together. So, anyways, I did forgive him. Forgiveness is hard.
But when he was talking to Jesus, he was also looking at dollar signs. He made a lot of money off of me.
I'm sure he did.
No, but in all seriousness, forgiveness is really hard. I mean, forgiveness. I'm just being serious. Y'all think I'm kidding? I mean, you ever had to just forgive somebody, just let it go? Man, it's hard, man. You go through some tough primaries and the newspaper, and man, I just had to say, Lord Jesus, you just take care of it.
And he always does.
He does, man.
Always does.
I just try not to let that stuff get to me, you know. And
hey, well, listen, as long as you're on the subject, President Trump has asked us to pray on May 17th, the day of prayer for America.
We need to pray every morning for America, world peace.
Well, we do, but he's asking for us to come together on May 17th, on Sunday.
Yeah.
Well, I think we can do that.
Oh, yeah.
At least some of us can.
You know.
Uh-huh.
But no, we've been praying for you, Marty.
Every morning I wake up, I look out the window, I see my American flag and my Trump flag flying, and I am so thankful for both of them.
Well, you've been a lot of people, if they don't know, listeners may not know what you went through. You went through a terrible car wreck 4 years ago or 5 years ago, Marty.
It was 5 years ago this March.
And you literally, they put you on the gurney, and you tell the paramedic, go get a picture of your Corvette. I mean, only you would do that. And then you walked out of the hospital, and then they sent you for rehab, nursing home, and you came out in a wheelchair, right?
Yep.
You know, but you went through a tough time.
You're a strong man, Marty. You're a strong, strong man.
3 years before that, I had cancer 2 years in a row.
Oh, man. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just seen somebody put on Facebook about a cancer diagnosis, and you just never know. You know, Jim Tracy, I've heard, is having a tough time. Bill Kitchener's doing good, thank God. And,
amen.
Man, you know, my mother used to say, if you got your health, you got it all.
That's
you got that right.
That's a true statement.
I'm going to hang up.
Thank you, brother.
Talking to you.
Thank you, Marty. You have a blessed day. God bless.
I know we're about out of time. You went through real quick, your horseback riding accident. You went through a tough time here recently.
Yeah, I broke 9 ribs, lacerated liver, punctured lung, collapsed lung. Back work. I was in trauma unit for 3 days and back to work the next week.
How's the horse doing?
The horse is great.
Good.
I got back on her.
I'm kidding.
I got back on that horse, Mike Sparks.
If folks want to know more about your campaign, where do they need to go to?
Just my Facebook page, Joe Carr, joecarrfortn.com.
And if you want some honey, where do they go?
Just call Mike Sparks. He's the broker.
Okay. All right.
He's the dealer.
All right, y'all. We'll catch up with you. Thank you, Mayor Joe Carr. We'll have Randy out in the next few weeks. See y'all next week.
Thank you.